Anyway, we've got this pile of trees and brush here and logs, and I'm going to go through and see if I can't get a couple of valuable logs out of it. Like this is a big white oak. I've been looking for a white oak forever. Now, it was dead standing, so you see the outside looks rotten, but I'll take you down here and show you the end where the stump was at. Of course, this was all hollowed out and rotten, but you've got a pretty good solid log actually in through here. Yes, it's got a little rot in the core, but I think if we get a few more feet up, I think that's going to be gone. But even if it is still there, I've still got a whole ring of 6-inch boards I can get out of this thing. I can radial saw it. And get quite a bit of boards out of it. This big red oak here is it's pretty healthy. It was just starting to die in the top, but even the sapwood on it's still good. And then I've got a few more over here. This is another white. This is that last white oak that I just took down. So like I said, it was dead in the top, but it looks pretty healthy still down low. You can see here we're starting to split. When it started to fall over, it split. That is a red oak there, I believe. And I think this one here, and I think this is a black gum. I need to look it up because I'm really not familiar with black gum. So I'll have to just look up to see the leaf and the bark structure on it. But those are the ones I'm mostly looking at. There's a couple smaller ones that are buried out there in the tops that are some white oak. But I think they're pretty small and pretty rotten, so I'm not too worried about getting into them. I just want to say these bigger ones. So I'm going to try to knock the roots off now and try to clean up and organize what I can. I've still got a few more minutes before I've got to leave. Oh, I love logging with Rosie. Oh, I just love it. It's like regular logging, only way cooler. Sweet. This pile is getting big fast. A lot more here than I thought, but it's free. It's so hard for me to turn it down if it's free. But basically I've got red oak, white oak right here. That's another red oak there. That is a black gum. I see now why it's called black gum. It's got that beautiful black heartwood in it. I've never seen that before. That's the first time I ever cut one in half, I think. So it'd be interesting to see once you saw that out if it keeps that dark color or not. Another white oak piece there. This is the older white oak. Another white oak over there. And then over here I've got this another big red oak here that I'm working on cutting out. There's a little bit more of this black gum. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get out of it. It's got a funny curve to it. It's not very big. Another piece of red oak in there going back. And there might be, I think this is another white oak right here on the bottom. I'm not sure how good it's going to be though. The bottom is really rotten on it. So anyway, there's a lot here to recover. I don't know when, excuse me, maybe I'll come back tonight. I don't know for sure. I got to talk to the wife and see what our plans are, but for right now, I got to get getting. Yes, sir. I call this success. Notice we're using my buddy's truck. My truck wouldn't start this morning. It's nice to have friends. Anyway, we've got all but 5. So we'll come back, we'll load the last 5 on this trailer, and we'll load Rosie up at the same time and on the heavy hauler and take her home. Well, Tropical Storm Beta, I guess, is catching us with the outer bands. But we just managed to beat it home, and we just rolled these logs off the side of the trailer wherever we could. I know my wife's gonna fuss when she gets home because I just had this mowed and looking real nice. But there's logs piled everywhere, and we just didn't have, I was gonna roll them off over there where my pickup's at, but my pickup is there because it decided to just not start this morning, bad batteries. So I got to work on that, but I just want to show you guys the logs first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the second load, and all the rest over here we got on the first load. So these big chunks of white oak here. This was that big dead standing white oak that I thought would be really rotten, but by God, it's got a solid core in it. So that's the big white oak piece there. This is red oak, white oak. And yeah, just to mix all the way through. White oak here on top, red oaks on this whole side over here. This is that black gum. See that big black heartwood on it? Piece of the black gum. I got the other one on the sawmill. I'm gonna try to get it sawed today. If I catch a break in the rain, I'm gonna try to put it on the sawmill. White oak here. It's got a big bend in it, but you know, hey, I'll get something out of it. More of that white oak top, red oak, and the red oak. Anyway, yeah, bunch of red and white oak. I can't complain. So how many are there total? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 20. 20 pieces, mostly 12-foot-ish. A couple of the shorter ones are 9-ish. I didn't have my tape measure to actually measure them out, so I just paced it off, which was kind of funny because I paced it off and I think my paces are about 40 inches. I've been really close before doing that, but it's interesting when you're trying to walk a log, you know, and you're not trying to fall off of it and stepping over limbs and stuff. But one of them measured, I'd already cut it, and then we measured it with a tape measure, and it was exactly 12 feet, which is totally a fluke because 4 times 40 would be 160 inches. But anyway, I had it exactly 12 foot. I was like, man, I'm good. I'm real lucky, but I'm gonna say I'm good. Anyway, they are a little dirty. The way I was having to load the logs, my thumbs broke off the excavator, so I was having to shovel them up and set them on the trailer. Didn't get any footage of that, but that was pretty fun. I was having to shovel up the end of them, get them in a bucket like this, and then I'd curl the teeth up to get them in a bind because I couldn't actually pinch them with the thumb. So anyway, it did result in some extra dirt, but you know, I'm gonna power wash each one as I cut it anyway. So I just want to show you guys the final product of the loot here. We pulled in with a truck and trailer, had them on the gooseneck trailer as you saw, and then I just used the tractor to shove them off the side of the trailer. That's why they're all just kind of scattered and skewed about, because like I said, we were just hurrying, just trying to get them off the trailer any way we could and turn around and get back. So we got 15 logs on the first load, and it was loaded down. So 15 logs on the first load. You know, we scampered over here. It's only about, I don't know, 6-7 miles away. So we scampered home, got them unloaded and ran back over there, and we went and got the heavy haul truck from the neighbor, the guy that moves it for me. He's a neighbor on this job. He went and got his heavy haul truck, and while I was loading the last 5 logs, he pulled up the road with a heavy haul truck. So just as quick as I was done loading, I tracked it. He was binding down the logs, and I tracked the machine out and got it on the trailer, and we parted ways. So I actually had to use his pickup because mine wouldn't start. So I hauled the last 5 logs home to my house, and where the excavator was moving to is just right up the road here in town. So he hauled and unloaded the excavator, and that was the guy we borrowed the trailer from. It's the guy that the excavator went to. He let me borrow his gooseneck trailer. So a lot of running back and forth and round and around, but all in, it only actually took us 4 hours from the time that I called him and said my truck won't start to the time that we were back home and done. So that's pretty cool. It's good to have good neighbors. It's always just, for me, it's just like, you can't even say thank you enough when you meet somebody who's just truly generous. You know, you want to express your true gratitude. Money doesn't do it. It just, you know, call him up, and without hesitation, he just said, yep, I'm away. And he had no problems, you know, pulling my trailer with his truck and doing all that. So that's just, kids were all riding in the back, playing the whole time, having a good time. That's always just good. Anyway, yeah, bunch of logs home, all red and white oak, plus the 1 black gum there. Oh, and actually, this was part of them too. I forgot about that. There was more. There's 20 logs that we hauled home today. There was another 5 that I brought home first on my trailer. I don't remember if I made a video about that or not, but if I did, it'll be in here. If I didn't, no big deal. But there is another black gum piece right there, and the 3rd black gum piece is already on the mill. There's 2 more red oak pieces, 3 more red oak pieces. Those 2 red oaks there, and a red oak behind that black gum. So yeah, there was 5 pieces that I brought him, so 25 pieces actually. So yeah, bunch of logs. That pretty much doubled my log inventory, getting all these brought home. So I have weeks and weeks of sawing ahead of me on this little 1220. I need to get busy And yeah, if the rain stops, I gotta go dig a pond again. So it's good. It's good. We got a lot going on. Staying busy.